What is up, everyone? Gamer Life Studio here, back at it with another Grand Theft Auto 6 update video. I know it's been a while. I skipped last month, and hey, I'm busy, right? I'm only human. I got some things going on. However, Rockstar did drop some news a couple of days at the time of this recording that we're gonna have pre-orders and stuff like that, which we are going to go over. Right? But however, from the last video, I said that Rockstar seems to be dropping some breadcrumbs here and there and a bit of a pattern. And I said in my last video, we have to wait and see when the next drop, and then that way we can start really pinpointing on actual dates of these trailers can actually be released. Well, guess what? We might be able to find out in this video. We might be able to find out. It's really exciting. I am super excited to share this because this is information that no one else is even talking about. Not the grifters, not all the glazers. No, not the regurgitating information. They're not even talking about this, but is staring right in front of us, and I have the evidence to prove it. I have the evidence to prove it, and I can't not wait to share it with everyone else. So if you do enjoy this video, and if you are new, make sure you like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate that. And we're on our way. You know, we got 308. I want to see if we can keep going up from there. But you know how we're going to do around here, right? You know, we got to start from the top, work our way from the bottom. So I got to go over some of the old stuff before we get into the new stuff. And then towards the end of the video, we're going to wrap it up with the calendar with all the new information stuff. And then we'll end it from there. And then we'll make another video on the 25th of the pre-order stuff. And we'll go over those type of stuff and information and all that stuff. So again, if you do enjoy, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate that. And without further ado, let's get started in this video. Oh boy, yes indeed, it's finally happening. Oh shit, I am really am excited. I looked at it and I said, oh shit, this might be some like breadcrumbs that Rockstar been dropping, and we can be able to see what new trailers or dates that might be dropping. We have it. We might finally can crack the damn code. Okay, but first, let's start off with this right here. I always do this every single video, or mostly every single video. Again, just giving you guys a warning. Stay away from the damn grifters, the glazers, the wannabe GTA motherfuckers, the wannabe insiders. Okay, all these motherfuckers are just trying to beg with money, with the jar, with the coins and shit. It is crazy. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, again, we got Marlon the scammer right here glazing over the graphics of GTA 6. Like, okay, bitch, we get it. We know about it. I am tired of the scammers and the glazers, bro. Stay away from these motherfucking channels. Okay, we got Reachforge Gaming over here doing this stupid ass waiting room right here from a month ago. GTA 6 trailer pre-order are live today, which he is fucking wrong. Absolutely fucking wrong. Okay, absolutely fucking wrong. It's ridiculous. Okay, in there for 4 hours, 4.5 hours, begging people, begging for donations. This is why I'm trying to tell people, okay, if you're looking up for any information about GTA 6, you make sure you come to this channel. This is the only channel you need to subscribe to, because I will tell you what's really going on. Without the glazing, without the bullshit, there's none of that here. None of that. You're speaking towards a real gamer, not these fake clown gamers, these wannabe ass gamers. Okay, Just letting you guys know, please stay away from these fucking people. Okay? Just nothing but scams. Now, we gotta go through the old stuff first because this is stuff that I haven't covered, and then we'll get to the new stuff. So, GTA Rockstar Games hacked again, but downplays the impact. Yes, so this was from a while ago, but this is where the hack that happened. Now, it's not hacked in the Rockstar game, so it's not the hacker that did that shit from, I think it was last year, where a teenager, you know, hacked Rockstar to get those leaked gameplay footage and stuff like that. I don't even think it was a year ago. I think it was even like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, like before, I think it was trailer 1 of GTA 6, like way before, so like two and a half years ago. So some kid was hacked, you know, stealing like a lot of the gameplay footage and stuff like that, and he was doing like serious jail time, and he all did it with a freaking whatchamacallit, device. What was it? I think it was a Fire Stick device. That's what he did. So he's in jail. This is not the same person. This is something else. But they only hacked into the Take-Two. Basically, Take-Two, who's an umbrella company of, like, again, WW 2K26, NBA 2K, you know, NBA 2K, you know, whatever, right? You know, all of these right here, Rockstar, right? So, but it's mostly is the publisher. So Take-Two publisher, that's what the hackers did. They hacked into the Take-Two publishers of more like the financial side and stuff like that. Not as much as like gameplay footage and all that stuff, right? So it's really not that big of a deal or of impact, but I just find this to be interesting. But again, after when the hack happened, they stole a bunch of data information from Take-Two financial side and stuff like that, and then they made a threat saying, oh, if you don't pay this, you know how it is, if you don't pay the ransom, blah blah blah, we're gonna whatever. And I'm pretty sure I know why they downplay it, because there ain't really that much. I mean, they did release information about it, but it's nothing too fucking crazy. But they said right here, yes, Take-Two share prices rose after the stolen Rockstar data was released, but didn't read too much into it. That's basically what happened. So these fucking clowns was thinking like, hey, we got a hack, we're gonna make some money, they're gonna send a wire account. That didn't happen. You just made their stocks rose up. Like, how fucking retarded are these hackers are? I don't know. They must be really are fucking retarded ass people out here. And this happens on April 15th. Again, I didn't cover this, but I just wanted to share this with my own thoughts and opinions on it. I don't know how fucking stupid can you fucking really be, because you don't got shit. You know, you don't got shit. It's crazy. Okay, so after that, right? After that, Take-Two gains $1 billion after GTA Online revenue leak stunned investors. I mean, sure, you know, right? This is connected. Like, after when that's information leaked out, and no wonder they pretty much downplay it. It's like, this is not that much of an impact. It's only financial shit. It's nothing really like security wise and shit. And then their fucking stock just fucking grew. It fucking grew because, like, you can see right here, Take-Two gains $1 billion after GTA Online revenue leak stunned investors, which is crazy. $1 billion. And GTA Online earns around $8 million per week. $8 million per week. That's fucking insane. I don't know what kind of kids are playing this game and paying for it, but I stopped paying for that shit, bro. Like, I stopped playing this game after like Ill-Gotten Game Part 2 and all their online garbage that they started to add, like the fucking what you call it, the Oppressor Mark 2s. I think after when the Oppressor Mark 2s and the ones started coming out, I just stopped playing the game because it wasn't fun at that point when You're hustling, trying to make money in the game, and then you got some idiot random asshole flying around trolling people and just blowing people's shits up while they're trying to earn some fucking money. And I think a lot of people like myself and many others just like, yeah, we quit the game, we don't care, I ain't coming back to this shit. It's like, fuck that. But it was interesting that, again, they earned so much fucking money, which is crazy. And I can understand like why the stocks has fucking risen. Like bruh. this was basically was, I don't know what, like, again, the hackers didn't get shit. They walk away with no fucking money, and you just made a publisher, Take-Two, just roast their stocks for fucking free, pretty much. They just basically did it for free, and now they're making more fucking money, and more investors are going to be investing in this fucking company. Thanks, hackers, for making the richer become rich while your dumbass is poor, and you're still poor. Oh my god, it's fucking crazy. So this one right here, it says Take-Two CEO says GTA 6 price will be very reasonable amidst the $100 plus speculation. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just going to keep it the same. Okay, you know how it is. They're not gonna raise it up to $100. Most people like me probably wouldn't even do that, spend that fucking money. Is it worth it? Sure, right? Is Grand Theft Auto, but at the end of the day, am I really gonna be running out there day one to drop $100 and then drop another $600 for a console, $700 or $900 right now? Hell fucking no. Hell no, not for one game. It'd be fucking retarded. But he said it's going to be very reasonable, right? And we'll get to the other news later on. But I was sitting here, was doubting that, like, yeah, they ain't going to be $100. Most likely they're just going to stick with $70, and then whatever pre-order they're going to have is going to be 80, 90, and then you got 100, 120, you know. You know how this shit goes, right? You know how this shit goes. And then after that, GTA 6 final crunch hits Rockstar hard, with QA staff working until 3 a.m. as November deadline looms. Like, god damn. Shit, I already knew they was gonna get into crunch mode, right? It's like, again, knowing them, right? They was silent for at least all the way up towards, right, the information that we had, like, official, you know, it was what, June, and we're like in the halfway point. So we're in June, we're halfway of the month, right? And we didn't even heard nothing. Like, we didn't see no trailer early during, like, you know, February, March, April, May. It's been really, really quiet. The only thing that we was really hearing was just Take-Two and the CEO itself with interviews and stuff like that during the time, right? The leak started happening, right? You know, like, if we go back right here, this happens like on April 2026 and stuff like that, right? You know, investors, interviews. That's pretty much what it is. And then we got this right here in May 4th. We didn't hear really nothing, but we just hearing that, you know, they're on crunch mode. Makes sense. Why they're on crunch mode, I can tell you pretty much. Is it for the single player game? Maybe, but I don't think they're not crunching over that. I think they're mainly crunching over the online. The online, I think they're crunching on that the most, because they want to make sure either they can get that ready closer together at launch at the same time, or somewhat not that far away of that's, you know, it's pretty much just going to get completed maybe like 3 months, 4 months after launch. So like they could, like, again, like I said, they might say we're going to crunch the single player game, get that ready closer towards November, and then the rest of the crunch, we are going to crunch our way to finish GTA Online 2.0. And I can see why they're basically crunching. Most likely they're just crunching the final stuff in the single player, wrapping it up, testing it, QA stuff, and working all the way towards 3 a.m. They ain't fucking playing. And then they're gonna probably be crunching even harder in GTA Online 2.0, because when we hearing about the budget, right? The budget, which we see it right here, right in front of us, GTA 6 budget will hit $3 billion before it's even released, and fans can't process it. Yeah, $3 billion. $3 billion. Now again, $3 billion might be a drop in the bucket for Microsoft. But again, I mean, we see PlayStation can spend about $3.6 billion on Bungie alone. Okay? And I believe even Microsoft and Xbox, well, when I say Xbox, but Xbox spent $7.6 billion on Bethesda, right? And ZeniMax, you know, and got all those studios. And then they spent how much for Activision Blizzard? $69 billion, which is even insane. So this right here, knowing that this is like $3 billion, which I doubt it is $3 billion. It could be even higher than just even $3 fucking billion. I wouldn't be surprised if this shit was all the way up towards maybe like even like $5 billion. Shit is crazy. Yeah, to make a game like this, yeah, for sure. It's crazy. But yeah, so we you know, it kind of starting to make sense, right? They're crunching on the game to get it done and wrapped up and ready for release in November. And then we know the budget is about $3 billion, could be even more. And I don't understand why fans can't process it. I mean, like, shit. It's $3 billion, bro. I mean, again, we've seen Sony can spend one studio with Bungie $3.6 billion. And again, to even just get the the marketing rights for this, I think, like, again, PlayStation has, but I could even see that the marketing rights ain't even shit either, because I'm like, they only probably spent like only a couple $100 million. But to even get this game to be exclusive to a PlayStation platform, they will have to spend either closer to this or even more. So basically, they'll probably have to spend upwards to $4 to $5, $6, $7, $8 billion just to get this game exclusively only on PlayStation. I can only imagine. Even Microsoft, it could be even more. It's insane. Just for this game to be exclusive, and just to buy Take-Two outright, that'd be like easily $1 trillion fucking dollars. So there's that. And then this one right here, right? It says right here, Take-Two Strauss Zelnick explains why GTA 6 isn't coming to PC. Says console is the core audience. Well, duh. I think we know how GTA always been releasing. They always do the console first, right? Get that out there. Then they're gonna put it on PC, right? And then after that, then they're gonna put it on next gen consoles, right? I'm not gonna go into the, like the strategy and stuff like that in terms of like, because I did talk about that in like the last video or a couple of videos ago when I was talking about, Marlon, with the whole GTA, 6 scams and stuff like that. But I'll talk about that on the 25th when the pre-orders comes up. But that's how it always been. It's no surprise there, right? And like, again, they're doing this approach is the same reason. Like, again, the game has been developed and made on PC. So the PC version is pretty much already done because they have to downscale it to the console version. The only problem is they probably said, okay, we'll release the console version and let the beta testers, which is like y'all, which is the beta testers, which you're going to test out the game and stuff like that. You know, it plays, patches, fixes, and stuff like that. Once they get this game into more of a stable state, that's when the PC version release like 2 years, 3 years from now, because now when we get the PC version, all the bugs and fixes in the console version, it will be updated for the PC version. Therefore, we don't have to really worry about a patch or a fix or whatever, because the base game is already going to get the updates and patches when the PC version of that is going to get released. So it's going to be fine. But again, y'all guys is going to be the beta testers. So just letting you know, you know, Xbox and PlayStations are beta testers. But he doesn't really have to explain why. We know that is because of what, you know, GTA Online, right? Because we already know they're on like what, Captain Crunch mode. We know the budget is about 3 billion, and how you gonna make 3 billion back, right? So they said, look, we're gonna focus on our core audience on the console, because they're gonna buy it for the single player and for the multiplayer, right? But also, right, in this next article right here, Take-Two CEO is terrified about the release of GTA 6. Now, what is he more terrified about? Well, he's definitely not terrified about the single player game component, no matter if it's on PC or on the core audiences right here on console, which is the beta testers. They're not, you know, the CEO is not worried about that. What he's more worried about is the fact that, again, GTA Online 2.0. How is those console players, which is the beta testers, are going to react to? That's going to be more interesting. And the reason why it's more interesting is because, again, if we already can go back to right here, right? We said, hey, it's going to be reasonable, still going to be $70, right? However, they're on that crunch mode, right? Because they're trying to get done and finish the game, and the budget is about $3 billion fucking dollars, and they're focusing on their core audiences of the console beta testers. That means that it sounds like to me that, again, I don't think he's terrified about the single player game of GTA 6. He's more terrified of, again, GTA Online 2.0. How are they going to react into that in-game economy? Because the in-game economy in GTA 6 is going to be a lot different than GTA 5, which is a fact. They can't be the same, because there was so many problems and gripes in GTA 5 when it first released. Like, again, if you're OG and I mentioned, hey, do you remember when GTA Online first released and we all jumped on there and we like, yo, how are we gonna get money and make $1 million and stuff? And we have to replay the same mission. Do you remember the Titan mission? Soon as I say the word the Titan mission, bro, you can remember every part of that fucking mission, because we have at least replayed that fucking mission at least well over what, like 100 fucking times, like 100, 200, 300 fucking times. Like, yo, like we had to replay that mission like so much, to the point where we already know where all the spawn points are. We know where all the enemies are gonna come out. We already like it was like so, like we know how to do it. We could beat it ourselves, like by ourselves. Or if you had like 2 people, 3 people, it was easy to be like, okay, I'm gonna be at the airport, you kill those guys over there, you go be over there, and we're all good. And then we just be in our positions. He'll say, okay, we got this done, boom, I'm already at the airport at the gate. Okay, he tells me it's done. I'm gonna go in the gate, take my sniper rifle, shoot the people at the fucking hangar over there. Then we take the fucking same plane and then we fly that shit over there to the next airport. Like, bro, like we know that shit by heart. That shit was not a issue. But again, he's terrified because it's like, if it's going to be the same way in GTA 6, a lot of people are not going to be jumping on there, grinding, making money, and doing all this bullshit. Most likely, they probably say, well, if I got to go through the same bullshit, then I might as well just, you know, wait for like updates and stuff like that where they actually have content. And that's another thing too. It's like the content, the mission structure, is it going to be mixed? Is it going to have dynamic missions mixed up, or is it going to be stagnated where we just know where the spawn points are, where this is, that? So there's a lot of things that needs to be fixed and addressed. Again, content that's going to be there day one. Hopefully it's a lot of content to be there, because they can't just be like, oh, well, we added missions and no bank heist. It'll be like, what? You can't even add like at least one bank heist, not even in the single player campaign. You can't even just add that for GTA 6 online. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? We don't want the Grand Theft Auto 2.0 like how it was in Grand Theft Auto 1.0 online, where it was bare bones, barely ain't shit to do, no cars to really get, no mansions, none of this. You can't buy pets. Like, it would be crazy. I don't think people will be happy about that. And then they're just not going to play the game for like maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road. Then they'll start playing it, because then you have content. So expectations are high for 2.0. Not so much of single player, is mostly for online. That's where he's mostly is fucking terrified, because you're dealing with a new audience, new generation of gamers. And, you know, they want to see like, hey, are you going to bring some of the content and stuff that you did in previous Grand Theft Auto online? Like, again, Grand Theft Auto 5, or do we have to be like, we're going to have to wait for those shits to come out with my updates? You know what I'm saying? Shit. So, yeah, he should be terrified, because again, if the audience says like, well, they ain't shit to do, this is like GTA 5 all over again, then people are just gonna be like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna get the fuck off and just go play something else and wait for updates, like maybe like 5 to 6, 7, 8 updates. Or they're gonna say, I'm gonna wait until they put in a certain feature or something, whether it's going to be maybe like, say, like the curation stuff. Like, you can't curate missions or tracks in GTA Online 2.0. It's not there. So it's like, then there's no point of me playing the game, because there's no curations for it. Or they don't have the Rockstar Editor 2.0. Like, hey, I want to have the Rockstar Editor 2.0. Or it could be a feature like, again, the first person view, where you can actually, you know, play in first person. They introduced that from next generation on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One console, when they had to re-release Grand Theft Auto 5 again. Then they added that feature where you can play in first person. Maybe that's not going to be there day one on GTA Online, where you can't play in first person. And some people are going to say, well, I guess I can't really play the game because I like playing in first person, therefore I'm not really caring. So it's going to be interesting what things are going to do. And like, again, if you go back, this makes sense, because it's like, again, how are you going to make money? Well, they need features and stuff like that ready to go, because you got to make up for this, and then you got to make a profit. And on top of that too, like, again, they're on Captain Crunch mode. For a single player, most likely they're almost done. The real Captain Crunch for this, I know for a fact that they're probably working on that GTA Online. For a fact, they're on Captain Crunch mode on that. For sure. Because it has to work. So there is that. There's all the old stuff. Now let's get into the new stuff, right? So at the time of this recording of this video, right, this was happened a few days ago, but they basically announced that Grand Theft Auto 6 pre-orders begins on June 25th. You know, you can wishlist it on PlayStation and the Microsoft Store. Yep, and then they basically will tell you right here, and you can see there's some official artwork and stuff like that. And this news came out in June 18th, 2026. Now I want you to keep this in mind right here. This date right here, and specifically the 18th. So let's take a look. So this is the new official artwork. They had a trailer for it as well, which if you want to go see the trailer, you know where to go. So there's nothing really here exciting. Again, this is just a trailer. Like I'm not gonna glaze for a cover art trailer. It does look cool. I like this. It still got that Miami Vice vibe. I'm liking this. Right? So this is like modern times. Like this doesn't feel like the 80s. It feels like modern times, but in the 80s, but in a newer era. And everything seems to be good. I like this. It looks good. There's the two main protagonists right there. We got the character right here. We got another one right here. We don't know who this is. This is like probably like the cover girl right there. We can see a car right there. We got alligators. We got speedboats, flamingos. So it seems, again, it's really cool. Really cool. I like this. And like, again, just showing you that I do have it on my wallpaper right here. So if you want to see like right here, but I kind of like tone it down a little bit, like the darkness to it. I tone it down and I didn't make it as sharp. And this looks really good. And I kind of crop it a little bit more better. That's what I did. So there's that. Okay, so we got that out the way. So right here, there it is, and then it says right here, pre-order on June 25th, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. And like, again, on a note, right, we don't see no PlayStation 5 Pro. It's only saying base PS5. I did mention this, but I'm going to mention it again. I'm pretty sure this game is going to be running at a lock 30 FPS, no matter if it's on the PS5 Pro or on the base PS5. Because like, again, if we see the Series S right there and the X, right, this is probably going to be locked down to 30 FPS as well as the PS5. But I don't see the Pro here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be locked down at 30. Given the fact of this game, the world itself and stuff like that, I don't see this game running at 60 FPS. And like, again, when we get into more of the business sides of things, like how are they going to make that money back? Because, again, we see the budget right here is like about 3 billion. We'll talk about that when we get to the June 25th, when we see the pre-orders going up, get all the information, and then we'll talk about that. So just saying on a mental note. So scrolling down here, we see another view of right here. Again, I'm not going to glaze. I mean, it's cool. Like we have a little bit of, details and stuff like that, right? The water, we got the freight crate. So it feels more alive. It looks more alive, but again, it still brings me a little bit concerning. Like, again, they always going to cut something back in order for this game to run at a rock solid 30 FPS. Like, again, I was looking at this and this doesn't even look like it was running at 60. And on top of that, if you notice that there's barely like any like cars and traffic and stuff like that. Seems like over here at this corner with my head is in the way. I apologize. Let me put that down for a minute. So if you look over here, you can see it right off the distance right here. You can see like the traffic. It's not that much. It's not like it's a bunch of traffic. It's a bunch of cars, right? We see some, freight trucks here and there, but it's pretty empty. It's not that much going on. You see a couple of vehicles, right? Empty over here. You might see off the distance, maybe a few cars over here going in traffic. So it seems to me that I think they're pulling like how GTA, I will say 4, I'm not GTA 4, GTA 5, but in terms of the version, I wouldn't say it's like it's not like PlayStation 3 or 360 version. This almost looked like the equivalent of a PlayStation 4, like a PlayStation 4 to a PlayStation, PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One version in terms of like traffic density and stuff like that. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying. It's not like, again, it's like, oh my god, it's bad quality. Like, no, it's good quality, but I think they're on that type of scale in terms of like density, traffic, stuff like that, right? Like, you can even tell from even right here in the water in this section right here that, again, you got a freight, you got one right here, one right there, one right there. But again, like when you start to see like some of the boats and stuff like that in terms of, let's say we go right here, go back, because usually they see like screenshots like right here, like you can see like you got more boats right here, there's a plane right here, right? So there's like more things going on again. And then we start seeing like kind of like the screenshots of it. Let me see if we can go right here, because I know there was like one scene. See, like if you look up right here, like there's a lot of things going on. But again, the traffic and the density, I don't know if it's going to be like this much, or it might be a little bit smaller. Like looking at this right here and out from a distance with a couple of cars right here, I feel like they might scale it back a bit. Like it's not as dense as these screenshots that you see. It's more like PC kind of stuff, like in terms of traffic, right? Like you can see right here, like when you get up close, you got this amount of traffic right here. Like again, the screenshot can be a different story. Like this could be the version on PC and stuff like that, where you can see a lot of traffic, a lot of this. But then when you see the new ones, it's just like, I don't know. And then like again right here, where you see like there's like more boats out on the water doing stuff. I feel like this is more of like PC screenshots than actual like console screenshots, like, or the console version. This feels like more like PC version, because when you go right here, even if you look out from this distance, usually there should be like more boats out here from a distance, right? Flying through, jet skiing, riding. We only see like maybe about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a couple of airplanes and maybe like 6 helicopters flying. So they made an improvement, but they're not going out like fully all out like you see something like this right here, Like again, I don't know how dense it is, but it doesn't seem to me, it screams out like, oh yeah, this is so dense. Like, no. I think they scale it down to like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One version of this. Like where they can make it look good for like PS5, like lighting, stuff like that, and buildings, more buildings and stuff like that. They probably did it in that scale, but in terms of like pedestrians, cars, boats and stuff, they probably scale that back to more of a Xbox One and a PS4 version. That's just personally my opinion. That's just the way how I'm just looking at this, the way how I'm seeing it. So because again, if you look at the screenshots, you see like, again, it's more dense areas, right? More traffic in the area, right? You can see right here, this is like more traffic and stuff like that going on in a close-up shot. And then you see like over here, you see a lot of traffic right here from a distance. Like the way how I'm just seeing it from over here from this, it doesn't seem not that much. I don't see not that much even over here, because I can see some of it right here. It doesn't look like a lot. Now again, if we zoom in closer over there, could it pop out maybe more? Maybe. But as far as what we can see right here in some of the areas like the parking lot and stuff, like we see some trailers, we see maybe cars entering in and out, but we don't see a lot going on at the pier over here. We don't see that, or we don't see nothing going on with the water, you know. So I'm just saying, I'm just an eagle eye person. I'm just pointing stuff out just to let you know. So right here, Vice City, USA, Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when his easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the dark side of the sunset. Placed in America in the middle of the crime conspiracy and stretch across states, Landor. I know I'm like literally dry right now. Pause. I'm dry because my throat is dry. It's like kind of irritating, but yeah. And then focus on relying on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. Okay, so this is probably going to be a story setup where, let's say, maybe the pre-mission, whatever, they're probably gonna be like, okay, we're gonna do like, this is Jason Lucia when they was doing their heist together and stuff. I think similar to what they did with Grand Theft Auto 5, where you had well, you didn't have Franklin, but you had Trevor and Michael, right? And you could switch in between Trevor and Michael. Now, I think they could still play that same thing over here, where you might have Jason and Lucia, where they're gonna have you switching back and forth, you know, between both characters. And then you get to, you know, do missions and stuff like that. So this is probably like an easy score. So whatever score that they wanted to do, might be a little small bank or whatever. Then they got in trouble, or they might stole some money or something, or mess up with some sort of criminal organization, and they're trying to go after them, and then they got to make something right, or they laying low. So it's going to be interesting. How is that going to be? Whether it might be outside and then they have to run here, or is it going to be in here and then they gotta, you know, really find a way to get out of the mess that they're in. So it's going to be interesting. So that's all that we really have, right? We got trailer 2, artwork and all that stuff, and now we got the pre-order release thing, which is coming up this coming week, and we'll look at it. Well, I'll look at it, and then we'll talk about it, that, and I'll put out a video for that. So now let's get into the new information that has not been talked about or discussed, right? So let me put myself back up here. Okay. There we go. And now let's make our way down here. So let's go over this a little bit. I'm not going to recap everything, but 2025, right, where it was, and I said GTA 6 is going to get delayed, right, 2, right, and then the news dropped for GTA 6, where we had trailer 2 and stuff like that on the 6th, and then it got delayed again, which is on the 6th, and then the original one, before it got delayed until they got delayed again, the original one was on May. So basically January, February, March, April, May. That's on the 5th, Tuesday on the 26th. So 2/6. Okay. And now fast forward, we're already in 2026, right? I made a video saying that most likely they're going to put their heads down and work and do stuff. We heard that they are, you know, the marketing stuff, they're putting that together, which they have in the background, they're working on it and stuff. So they're doing what they need to do, putting their heads down, working on the game, right? Which we found that to be true because, like, again, we can see that they've been on the crunch, right? They've been on Captain Crunch mode, and we can see that from over here, from the end of 2025 when I made that last video, and I said they're gonna put their heads down and they're gonna most likely work. So they've been Captain Crunching all the way through, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're in June 6. You see, we're starting to come together a pattern. Okay, we're starting to come together to a pattern. So let's zoom in here closely, right? Zoom in here closely. I'm gonna put this down. So we got GTA 6 box cover trailer that released it on the 18th, and that's on a Thursday, right? And then we know that the pre-orders is gonna go live on the 25th, right? However, I got something underlined right here, which is the 26th. Now, can anybody tell me, if you look at right here, can see a pattern? Do you see a pattern? Okay, so if you go over here, right, look what's interesting. Remember, this was delayed right here, and then here's the final release date, which is going to come out in November 19th, 2026. What's underneath the 19th? 26. But what's right next to there? 1825. They're right next to each other right here. But look at this. The box cover trailer came out on the 18th. And then the pre-orders is going to go live on the 25th. But then the official release date is going to be on the 19th. And then underneath there is right there where 26. 1926. And look, 1926 falls under a Thursday. That's why they put this news out here, even though it falls under the 6th. But guess what? This right here falls under a Thursday. 1825. 25 was right next to there. 26. 25 next to 26. 19 underneath 26. Okay, you're starting to see a pattern. So they basically said, this is the opening, this is the closing. And if you put that together, it forms a box. Because if I go around it, right, if I go form it over it, it forms a box. And what do we have? We have a box cover trailer. Pre-orders is next week. Now, the crazy part is the fact that they're doing this could lead to a couple of things here. One, this might be a pattern of, hey, we can just announce something and then we're going to do something the following week, right? Like again, over here, when the release date for this game, they have to put it on the 19th. They can't put it on the 26th because guess what? 26 falls under where? Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving. So nobody's not going to be in the office at Rockstar. So they said, okay, if we're not going to be there that week and we're going to be out of the office with family and stuff, let's release the game above that, which is the 19th. Okay. Right here, they could have easily put this on the 1920, but they didn't. They put it right next to there because it falls under a Thursday. And usually they will put out news or something like that on a Tuesday or Thursday, but they could be unpredictable, right? Let's go back up here and you'll see it for yourself. Remember, I made a prediction and I said GTA 6 is going to get delayed until 2026. They didn't believe me. But we got the news for that. When the delay happened, it happened on a Friday. It didn't happen on a Thursday, right? It happened on a Friday. Could they put it out on a Thursday right next to 2? Yes, they could. But they put it on 2, right? And then guess what happens? Couple of days later, but wait, Tuesday falls under the 6th. Guess what they drop? News drop for GTA 6, right? Trailer, this and that. That's what they dropped, right? So when it got delayed, boom, they delayed it right over here. They said we're gonna push it back. This is the original release date that they said that they're gonna delay it. The original one was falling under 26, right? What does that says right up here? 2/6/26, May 5th, but Tuesday, that's where normally that they usually release their news and stuff, falls right under here. What's that number? 26. That was the original. But they didn't do it, right? Because guess what? Now, when we count, right? Now, when we count right here. So after when that got delayed, right? So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. And guess what? Falls under a Thursday, November 6th. And it got delayed again. So guess where they delayed it again? So they said, okay, well, now the launch trailer, the launch for GTA 6 is going to be on November 19th. That falls under a Thursday because guess what? November is a holiday for that following week. Nobody's not going to be there in the office, but it's right underneath where? 26. What was the original release date? 2/6. Now you starting to see a pattern here. You're starting to see a pattern. So now let's count all those days again. Right? So after that, when that started happening, right? And then now we get to here, 2026. So now, new year, 26. How many months that we didn't heard about GTA 6? 6. Because we're in currently June 6th. So after that, January, February, March, April, May, June. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. And guess where it landed at? It says, okay, we're going to show this off in June. That's 6. But we don't have a date right here. Because if you look over here on Tuesday, 9, 16, 23, 30. But they said, okay, Thursday, 18/25 was right next to 25, 26. 18 is right after that. The day after that is on the 19th. Falls right underneath 26 on a Friday. That's why they said, okay, let's go put the announcement here and have the pre-orders open on Thursday because it falls under a Thursday. See, now we starting to crack the code of the patterns. So again, we don't know. So now we starting to see the pattern, right? Now we starting to see the pattern. Now we starting to understand where are these trailers and release dates might be happening. So if we look at here, right? If we look at this carefully, so it's usually going to fall under either a Tuesday or a Thursday. Is either going to be around 26, next to 26, or is 26, or it can do 2 and 6. But again, they could be unpredictable because they could say, hey, we could put news on a Friday, so they can't be unpredictable. They can't be unpredictable. But it seems to me that we're seeing a pattern because if they're opening here, they could have waited Friday. They could have announced this on Friday and then have the pre-orders open on the 26th. But they said Thursday. It's right next to there. And then guess what? The release date right here is on Thursday, 19 underneath 26. So now we're getting a pattern now. So basically we got from June 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are like 5 months away, right? We're 5 months away. But technically, it's actually will be 6 because if we got news right here, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They put it out on the 7th. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, at least we know, right? We know here, we got a trailer for it. Now, we might start figuring out where are some of these release date or trailers might happen. Now, I said we're gonna have a launch trailer. Now, that can fall under either a Monday to, right? We're looking at Tuesday right here, and then we're looking at Thursday right here. Now, usually a launch trailer usually be like a week or 2 weeks from launch. So again, they can announce it and then maybe put it out on a Friday, that's on 6, or they can put it on a Tuesday. They can still be unpredictable, and they can say, well, we'll put it on the 2nd right here. Or again, they can put the launch trailer right here on the 17th, right next to 1819. Then when you go over here, the official gameplay trailer. Now again, they can even go a month earlier too. But now we can start figuring out, okay, so if I was to put the official gameplay trailer, let's look in October. We'll look at Thursday. So there's 1, 8, 15, 22. Right? Then we look at Tuesday. Oh, wait a minute. There's 6. So could they put a launch trailer on the 6th on Tuesday in October? Yes, they could. Yes, they could. Or they can put it down to right here on the 27th because it's right next to 26. They could do that as well on a Monday. So we can kind of start figuring out that there might be some days that where, you know what, this might can happen over here on this date, or it might happen unpredictable, just like how they did up here on the top, right? Where you see like where they released the delay, but they did it on a Friday, but that's on number 2. So if we go back down here, they can release it. They can do that the same way right here, October 2nd on a Friday to release that. Let's take a look at September. They could do it even in September. So we look right here, Thursday, 3, right? 10, 17, 24. Now again, we might get trailer 3, right? There's the number 3, so they could put number 3 right there. So again, we can start to patternize what is going to happen. So again, I'm looking through here. I'm like, okay, well, there's 17, there's 19, there's 17, 18, 26, and 19 is on a Saturday and Sunday. So let's see if we can find something. I don't think Tuesday is going to work because I don't see it. Because other than that, they could put it out for Wednesday because there's 2. 6 is on a Sunday. So their only opening is right here for 2. They could release it on a Wednesday. They could announce it on a Tuesday, release it on a Wednesday. They could do that. Because this one right here falls on a Saturday and Sunday. Normally they don't release trailers on a Saturday or Sunday. Usually they release it on the weekday. So the only number that I can see right here is 2. And then October, we can see Friday there's 2, Tuesday is 6. So they can release the official gameplay trailer on October 6 on a Tuesday, 2026. They could do something like that. So now we got the other trailers too, because right, we don't know whether or not that are we going to see official trailer in this date. That could be a possibility too. But again, they might count that as trailer 3 right here from the box cover, because again, they're doing something out of the ordinary, right? So we can sit here and say, look, if they can sit there and say we're going to delay GTA 6 out of the blue and then drop news on the 6th on a Tuesday, what makes you think they can't do it for this right here? Where they might say, okay, pre-order's up, but we could put the trailer out on a Friday. They can do that too. So they can be they could do some unpredictable stuff. But we're starting to notice a pattern that we start seeing 6, 26, near 26, 26. We're starting to see that, right? We're starting to see a pattern here. So if we look right here, right? Let's go start with July. Can they put a trailer in July for trailer 3? They might say yes. Maybe they might hold on to trailer 3 for next month in July and say, we can put trailer 3 on a Thursday. That's on 2. It's on the 2nd. That's 2. Right? And now when you try to find 26, well, that lands on a Sunday. So that's not going to happen. Monday, there it is right here on the 6th. So they could release something on Monday on the 6th. So we can see like they got 2 and they got 6. We can see that. Now, again, they can be very unpredictable. We don't know how unpredictable they can do. They can put a number on here anywhere. Maybe they might say, maybe Lucia, if we could find out Lucia and Jason age, like in terms of their numbers. Let's say if Lucia was like 22 or let's say 23 years old, they could say, hey, we put trailer 3. Lucia is about in her 20. She's like 23 years old. We could put that on a Thursday right here. That can happen. Right? That can happen. Or Jason, right? We can, if Jason is like, oh, well, Jason's not that old. Jason is like in his like 30s or something, you know, whatever. They could put something right there for 30. They can be unpredictable, but given the fact that July Thursday on the 2nd, something could happen there. Or it could happen on a Monday. Could be likely. 26 is on a Sunday. That's not going to happen. Saturday is on the 25th. They usually announce stuff on the weekday or something. Because like, again, if we go back up here, you see when it got delayed, it happened on the weekday, on a Friday. Even though it was a little off, but they did it. But then the next following week, they dropped something on the 6th. And then right here, when they got delayed again, they did it on their schedule, which is on a Thursday. It landed on the 6th. So they announced it on the 6th, on Thursday. They didn't do it on Friday or, you know, like a day before. Or on the 13th or any of these days. Right? So it seems to me like that's where the pattern is at. This one right here, they announced the box cover art trailer and the pre-orders on the 18th, a week before is going to release on the 25th, but what's right next to there is the 26th. But that falls on the weekday. And again, this game is going to release on where? On the weekday. So given that pattern, we can safely say it could be on the 2nd, could be trailer 3 for Thursday on the 2nd. They can be unpredictable and say, hey, trailer 3, which is number 3, July, it can happen on a Friday before 4th of July. They could do something like that, or they can do it before. So, right, we got some actual, like, we can start pinpointing it down. Or they might save it and say, we can do it after 4th of July, just give off a bang and say, we'll just be unpredictable and say, we'll put it on the 6th. That makes sense. Boom. Put it right there. 26 is on a Sunday. 25th is on a Saturday. So they can do this on a 2, 3, or they can do this on the 6th. Then we move into August, right? We move into here. Now, August, they can put out another trailer. Again, one trailer could be Jason, Lucia. They could do character trailers. Who knows? On August, now we're looking on Tuesday and Thursday. So if we know Thursday, August, Thursday, boom, there it is, the 6th. Right there, 2/6. So we can say they could put out another trailer on the 6th. They could do that. The 2nd is on a Sunday. But let's say if this was trailer 4, if they're doing trailer 3 over here, trailer 4 can land on a Tuesday for trailer 4. They could do that too. So they could be unpredictable. And guess what? they can also put the trailer all the way down here, the 25th. Because what after the 25th? The 26th, that's on a Wednesday. So they could put the trailer out on the 25th because the next day will be the 26th. They can do that. 25, 26, 18, 19 is right here. Or they can put something or announce it or drop it on the 18th. So we got possibilities here. We got 6, we got 18, 25, we got 26 right here. We got the 20, we got the 19th. So they could do something right here. Or they could do it on trailer 4. Number 4 is right here. That's on a Tuesday. So now, if we go right here, official gameplay trailer. So we're looking at Tuesday. We got 3, 10, 17, 24. Next to that is 25, and then after that would be the 26. And then Tuesday, 1, 8, 15, 22, 29. So they could do something right here and say we're going to release it on the 2nd. So they could drop something on the 1st because right next to there is number 2. Right? They can't do nothing on the 26th or 27th because that's on a Saturday and Sunday. And so far, they've been really releasing stuff on the weekdays, not on the weekends. So if that is the case and that is the pattern, so they got 18, right next to there is 19. And then they could probably do this on a Friday too. So they could be unpredictable and do it on a Friday. Let's see about October. So October, if we're looking at this, Thursday, 1, and then we got right next to there 2. So they could do the same thing where they could say, hey, we could drop a trailer on the 2nd of Friday, or they could throw it out there on the 1st because right next to there is number 2. Then we're looking at Tuesday, but guess what? If they don't want to do that, they can drop that trailer of the official gameplay trailer on the 6th. Friday will be right here. The 6th will be on a Tuesday. They could do that as well. Then we go down here. There's 26 right here. So they could do something on Monday as well if they want to be unpredictable, because it's right underneath 19, 26. They could do something right there as well. And then we know this right here is going to be the launch trailer. So we're looking at Thursday. There's the 5th. They could drop something right here, put it out for the 6th. That could be most likely where the launch trailer might be at. It might be on the 5th, like a week and a half before the game released, which that sounds pretty reasonable. They could drop it earlier on the 2nd on a Monday. Or if they're going to count trailers, if it's all the way up to whatever, this is like trailers, maybe like 9 or 10, they could probably say, well, this is our 10th trailer. We'll put it over here on a Tuesday. But I doubt it. So I don't know. This might be the safest bet. They might say the launch trailer might be on a Friday. They might put it out on a Thursday, 5 or 6. But the 6 is right there. Or they could put it out even earlier from Sunday to Monday right here. This is the 2nd. So yeah, there you have it. I think we finally starting to crack the code. Now, if I'm right, which I could honestly be 50% right, that if we can see these patterns right here, we got the opening right here. There's the opening. The closing is right here. This falls under a Thursday. This falls under a Thursday. And we noticing that any news or anything delayed or dropped we're seeing that it's happening on the weekday, not on the weekend. So it's on the 2nd for bad news about GTA 6 delayed, but then they drop good news on the 6th, 2/6. And guess what? They delayed the game again and they announce it on the 6th. And then we got the box cover art and pre-orders. But what's right next to there? The pre-orders is right next to 26. Could they put the pre-orders on the 26th? Yes, they did. But they didn't because they said, well, it's going to be one day before, so we can just do one day back and it lands on a Thursday. So yeah, we can announce it on the 18th and then have it pre-orders ready on the 25th. Is going to be right next to where? The 26th, 2/6. And guess what? We go down here, right? 19th is going to be the release. And what's underneath there? 26. 19/26, Friday. But now this thing is over here. Boom, boom. This right here is on a Wednesday. So again, we might be able to crack the code on when the next couple of trailers might be dropping. It's pretty cool. I think we already cracked the code right there. This is some tinfoil. This might, like again, this might be a tinfoil hat thing, but again, I find this to be way too common. We are seeing 2s, 6, 26. The month landing on here when this happens is on June 6th. That is 6. Right next to there, 25th, right next to it, 26. 18/25 on a Thursday. The November release date is going to fall under a Thursday. 19 was underneath there, 26. So even if it's right next to there or on top of it, it's always going to be near 2/6. We're seeing them making announcements and delay on 2/6. They're skipping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 month to get to the number of 6 of June. So they are leaving breadcrumbs. So from this information that we can gather, we already went over some of the potential trailers that could be dropping or happening in around 2/6/26 near it. Now again, they could be very unpredictable. I don't know because again, it seems to me that there's 18/25, 19/26. Maybe these might be age. Maybe Lucia might be 18 or 19 years old and they might drop a trailer on the 19th or 18th. And maybe Jason is about between 25, 26 years old. They might say, okay, we'll drop a Jason trailer. He's older. We'll drop it on the 26th or the 25th, where that lands on a Tuesday right here in August. So again, this may be some tinfoil hat speculation type shit, but it's clear to me that Rockstar been leaving breadcrumbs for us to follow and start putting it together and figuring it out. And now we might have potential release dates and days that might happen. So this is some exciting times. So again, I could be not 100% right. I am mostly 50-50, but it just seems way too coincidence. There's a lot of 2s, a lot of 6 weekdays, no weekends. On the month of 6, right next to it, 26, 19 underneath 26, November 19th underneath 26. So we got a pattern here, ladies and gentlemen. We got some breadcrumb patterns. So I suggest you should look at your calendar and start marking down those days, because a trailer or 2 trailers, 3 trailers, how many trailers we are going to get. As far as we know, as thus far, we have 1, 2 trailers. So we had this trailer, we had the first one, and then we have the second one right here, and then we have a third one right here, which is the box cover art trailer. We might can get a second one on the pre-order, so that's number 4. We could get another trailer here in August, so that's 5. I mean July, that's 5. August might be 6. Or they might say, okay, if we already got 2 right here, so that means that if they show trailer 1, which is the first one, they show trailer 2 in this one in 2025, they show the trailer here, the box cover art trailer. Maybe that counts or maybe not, but let's just say on the 25th they did show trailer 3, so that's 3. And then the next couple of months, because we already know we got launch trailer, which that will be counted as number 4, the official gameplay trailer, that's 5. So thus far we know about what, like 4 to 5 trailers thus far. So we are basically 1, 2, 3. So we might be missing either two other trailers before this trailer, because maybe they're not going to release a trailer during this, or they are on the 25th for the 26th for pre-orders. So it's going to be interesting to see what it is, because if they do release a trailer like trailer 3, then we do know that we already got 4 and 5 right here, which is the official gameplay trailer, and then the launch trailer, so that's 4 and 5. So that means they might be releasing one more trailer, which is either in July or August. That might be what I do, because if you count up the trailers, guess how many trailers that is? That's 6 trailers. That could be a possibility too. But I can tell you one thing for sure. Is Rockstar is dropping breadcrumbs for us to follow? Absolutely fucking yes. 110%. They've been dropping breadcrumbs and is staring right in front of us. Right here. Crazy. But that's pretty much all that I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. Make sure you like, share, comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and make sure you stay tuned for the pre-orders, right? I will be doing a video, don't worry. I'll probably do it over the weekend, and I'll have it ready on Monday on the 29th. We'll talk about it, go over it, any information that we can pull from it, and we'll discuss about it, okay? And see what they're going to bring. If they're going to put out another trailer, if they do, that means that they're going to be releasing one more trailer. Now, if we don't count the box cover art as a trailer, and we want trailer 3, so that means we got 1, 2, 3. So that means this will be like 4 if they do it for the 25th. And then we already got 5 and 6 from before, and that counts up to 6 trailers. So it's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. I think we definitely need to keep a very close eye on those release dates. What we just went over is crazy. We need to keep an eye on those. Definitely do. But anyway, hopefully this information is helpful and insightful. And again, like, share, comment. Don't forget to share this out to your friends out there that want some real information and some insights what's going on. Hopefully it does help. Don't forget to like, share, comment. I will appreciate that. And until next time, what is up, you guys? Gamer Live Studio here, just making a quick video. I didn't want it to slide this in to edit, so I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna put it towards the end, so think of it as a bonus video. But remember what I was talking about in where we could start pinpointing some stuff in terms of that. So I did a little bit of digging, right? I was going back, right, and I was looking at trailer 2 and the release date, right, which is May 6, 2025. Now, the thing is, I said, what did they try to tell us from the very beginning when the first trailer dropped in 2023? I believe so. So if I go right here, right, first trailer 1, right, this was premiere on December 4th, 2023, which it got leaked early and Rockstar just released it anyway. But in reality, that this trailer was supposed to be released on December 5th, 2023, right? It was supposed to release then, but somebody leaked it early. So they just said, okay, F it, we're gonna release it early. So I said, okay, well, let's go back to 2023 in that calendar year. They was trying to tell us something, and boy, I have discovered some shit. I think they was telling us this whole entire time. I don't know who is doing this over there at Rockstar, but they was definitely leaving us some breadcrumbs and letting us know what was going on in certain dates and stuff like that. Trust me, here, you're gonna be blown away by this. So putting this down for a minute, right, I got the old calendar right here, which is December 2023, right? And you see this right here, and I'll go over it and explain it. But you see right here, the trailer 1 released on December 4th. That's not right. It was supposed to release on a Tuesday, what they normally do, because Rockstar always release their news on a Tuesday, right, or a Thursday. So the trailer 1 was supposed to release on Tuesday, on the 5th of December 2023. Now keep in mind of this 5 right here, and then look at this right next to there is on the 6th, Wednesday on the 6th. So here's the deal though, I think they were trying to let us know that basically we are going from GTA 5 and then we're gonna head into full pre-production, like full production in GTA 6. That, I think that's why they dropped the first trailer, right? They probably was in development for so long, you know, I think it was developed all the way back from 2017 until they felt comfortable enough to say, okay, we got everything, the building blocks, we got certain things and stuff like that, right? Now we could start putting out a trailer to let everybody know that we're going to start heading into or going towards full production, right? So basically they put the 5 right here, but notice this, they can't put the trailer for it on the 6th because it's on a Wednesday. They put it on the 5th. But why put it on the 5th? Like, why do they do this? And I think I kind of figured it out. I think it was a signal just letting us know what's going on. So basically anything that lands on a Tuesday or Thursday is basically a signal that yes, we're good to go. They're basically signaling us like, yes, everything is good. But anything that seems to be like an off day, like Wednesday, Friday, Monday, you know, whatever, it's like an off day. It's like, yeah, we're not sure, but we're just gonna let you know. And I'll explain to this. So if we look at this carefully, right? So we know we're going from GTA 5 and they're heading into full production in GTA 6, right? And they drop it on a Tuesday. That's how you know they're giving us the signal that yes, we are heading into full production. We feel confident and comfortable enough. We're gonna do that. And then if you go over here, right, I wrote down year 1, year 2, but here's the deal. Rockstar could have easily dropped this trailer on any of these days, right? Any of on a Thursday, anything right here, but specifically they dropped it on a Tuesday on the 5th because it means something, right? It means something because they're trying to let us know that, hey, we're good, we're going into full production into GTA 6, and then there's like 2 weeks in between here, but it's not 2 weeks. Is really just letting us know that is possibly is going to take 2 years, not 2 weeks. So basically they're signaling us right here again that, you know, even though we're showing this in 2023, it may not release probably in 2026, right? Because year 1 we didn't have nothing. That was like 2024. Year 2 is 2025. Did we get something in 2025? Yes, we heard about something in 2025. I'll get to that point. But you notice that is 2, right? We have 6, we got 2, 26. Everything that dealing with numbers is dealing with like 6 or 2 or 26 or near or around there. So watch this. I think they were signaling us this whole time that they said most likely the release date is going to be around the 26th of that year, right? I made videos about 2025 and I said in the tail end of 2024, this is before I even knew about this stuff. I said specifically what? I said it's going to get delayed until 2026. I already knew this. Nobody didn't believe me. And I think Rockstar was signaling this already because guess what? If you right here on a Tuesday on the 5th, there it is. 26 is all the way down here. Passing 2 years. So it's going to be in the year of 2026. Now you say, now let's go back to where, well, we did hear about news and they did drop stuff in 2025. How do we know that? Well, if you look over here, right? Look at the numbers right here. Like, again, they could have picked any calendar date. They could have picked any day, but they specifically chose this for some reason. But they're signaling us saying like this. Look at this. There's the year 2024. Since we're already in 2023, 2024. That falls on a Sunday, so there's nothing. Did we hear anything about GTA, anything related in 2024? Absolutely not. That's why I put yellow right here. We didn't hear shit. We didn't hear absolutely nothing. But did we hear something in year 2 in 2025? Yes, we did. What did we heard in 2025? Well, here's the deal. Look at this. I want you to look at this number. So look, think about it like this. The 5th right here, 2/5, right? 2026. That was basically letting us know this is a date right here. This is a fucking date. Look at this. 2025 right here. We go back up here. 2025, right? There it is. Boom. And you know where 2025 falls under to? Christmas. And what does, like, Christmas Day? What does Christmas do? You either get a lump of coal and you either get a lump of coal or presents, like good and bad news. Like you're gonna get both, which we did. So we know this is 2025. Here's the month on the 5th, right? Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to. Okay, but if we go back up here, right? 2025. Then when you scroll over, right? January, February, March, April, and guess what? May. May is on the 5th. And guess what? They show and they let us know that GTA 6 is going to get delayed, which I already knew they was going to get delayed. And guess where they put it at? On a Friday. Not on a Thursday, on a Friday. So they're signaling us again, right? They could have gave us like delayed on the 6th right here. It landed right here. But they did that purposely just to let us know that basically their release date goal is basically 2026. So they basically let us know in 2025. And even with other evidence on top of it, like again, Mafia was about to be released and also Borderlands 4. They're not going to put GTA 6 in any of this calendar date because it's just going to overtopple the sales and stuff from Take-Two. They're not going to let that happen. So they let us know. They said, you're going to hear something in 2025 on the 5th, 2026. And then watch this. You go right here. There's the 2, right? They announced it on the 5th of May. They announced it on a Friday, the 2nd, which that's their off day. They should have put it on the 1st, but they didn't. They chose this number to let us know a signal. Remember what I said before about the signaling. Tuesdays and Thursdays are good. That means we're good. Anything off like Friday, Wednesday, Monday, or anything like that is an off day, meaning that is something bad or is a placeholder, or they're just letting us know that, yeah, we're delaying it, but it's a placeholder. Basically, this delay, when they first delayed the game, was a goddamn placeholder, because they put this newswire on a Friday. Then guess what happens? Then couple of days later, Tuesday on the 6th, guess what they drop? They dropped news of GTA 6, and guess what number it was? They dropped trailer 2. Trailer 2 on May 5th, 2026. And look at that, 2/6 right here. 2/6. And they dropped trailer. Look, right here. Trailer 2. They dropped it on May 6th, 2025. May is on the 5th, so 5/6/2025. That's what the fuck they did. That is crazy. So basically, they was signaling us from this whole entire time. If we was to follow the breadcrumbs, we would have known this. But again, it's kind of too coincidence. Like, again, it sounds way too coincidence. Like, again, Rockstar has the power to put this on any specific day, but they chose this day for a reason. Which is crazy. And they probably is letting us know that probably the reason why they chose May and not June is because of the fact that, again, they probably sat there and said, well, May has the 2, has the 6 right here on a Tuesday. May is a 5th right here. And we're still going into full production. That means, like, they're basically signaling us that, yeah, we're not quite there yet for GTA 6. That's why we're going to delay it on the 2nd. We're going to put the newswire on a Friday. But don't worry, since it's Christmas, because if you go back over here, 25 landed on Christmas, it's not all bad, because guess what? They're going to drop something on the 6th right here, which they did. They dropped trailer 2. They dropped new, like screenshots, this, that. They drop a whole bunch of stuff on there, right? Now get this. Remember what I said, that the original release date was right here? Look at this. This is the original one before it got delayed again. Look at this. On a Tuesday, on a 5th, underneath 26. This sounds all good, but I said, no, it got to be a placeholder because they're going to get delayed again. And I was right. But I think they already signaled that, because guess what? When they first delayed it, they put it on under a Friday on the 2nd, not on a Thursday on a 2nd, not on a, whatever this. So when they put it on here on a Friday the 2nd, that's just letting us know that, yeah, this is just a placeholder delay, and we're going to delay the game again. Now get this. This was in 2025, right? Now count how many days that before we get the second delay. So this happened here. So watch this. June. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On November on the 6th. See, it's just like, bro, it's like right here. The evidence is like right here. And then they delayed it again, right? See how it is? Like 6 months later, they delayed it again on the 6th. And this is on a Thursday. It's not happening on a Friday. It's not happening on here on the 4th. That's on a Tuesday. It's happening right here, Thursday on the 6th, lined up. Again, Rockstar could easily put another delay in any of these months, but they chose this month specifically. Why? Maybe they're giving us a signal that, hey, this next delay is going to definitely be in November for sure. And sure enough, when that delay happened again, guess what? We went from this date right here to now right here. The official release date is right here, 19th, underneath where? 26. Then you go back right here to December 23rd, 19 under 26. On a Tuesday. This is on a Tuesday. This release date is on a Thursday. So that's how you know. That means it's good. It's not going to get delayed at all. And they doubled down by, guess what? We had news today about it, right? 1825. What's right next to there? June 19th. They can't put the 18 right there because that's June 19th. So respectfully, they said, okay, well, on the Thursday, we'll have the box cover art trailer for this, and then we'll open up pre-orders on the 25th. Now, again, I don't know what kind of signals are they telling us here, because it seems kind of odd that it's like they could have announced it under one, but they're doing it differently. But they're doing it in twos. Like they're announcing it and then they're saying we're gonna open up the pre-orders. Is that a signal saying, hey, we're gonna be good, we're not gonna get a delay at all? I think this is that signal as well, because if you look down here, 1926 was right next to there, 1825. So if they're opening up pre-orders right here on a Thursday, basically the release date and everything else is solid as closed. And guess where it is? On a Thursday. Look at this. This sounds, it sounds too good to be true. But like, again, I'm pretty sure they always wanted a date. Like, say we want to release this game on the 26th, but they can't. So the only best date that they can do is on the 19th, but it falls right under the 26th. And I think that's what they're doing right here. They're signaling like, yeah, don't worry, this game is definitely going to be coming out on this release date for sure. But we'll put it right here just to let you know, for a signal, Thursday, we're good. And so that means the release date, we're not going to get no more delays. It's not going to get delayed till 2027 at all. Nothing like that. We're solid good. We're good. And you see, it's just like, again, it's like, what the so basically they've been telling this shit from this whole entire time. This whole entire time they've been telling us. Because it, like, again, I know it may sound like it's too good to be true, but the evidence is right here pointing at us to everything. Look at this, 2, 6, May 5th. There's the 5th. Look at this. Delay it again. First delay, May 5th, 2026 on a Tuesday. Delayed again, Thursday, 19th, underneath 26. And then we got an open box cover pre-order on a Thursday, 1825 was right next to there, 26 and the 19th. I think now more than ever. Now the question is, how many more trailers are we going to have? Now, given the fact that we have had 2 so far, right? We already know, like, we have trailer 1 and we have trailer 2. We know that we're going to have an official gameplay trailer that will count as 3, right? And then the launch trailer is going to be in whatchamacallit, that'll be 4 trailers. So all we left with is 2 trailers. Now, I don't know if they are counting the box cover art trailer as is good. It counts, so that's trailer number 5 or whatever. That means we need to get So that means if we have that, that means we only need to get one more trailer. Either it's going to be 2 trailers or it's going to be 1 trailer. That's where we have to figure out. And then once we figure that out, then we know, okay, if we know we got 2 trailers, and guess what we have? July and August. And then after that, September to October, and then November. But then when you add up all the trailers, in total, they'll have 6 trailers. And they doing this purposely. Because you know why? I mean, look how many months has it been from 2025 until we heard something about GTA and then news drop, and then count how many months that from there to there do we heard another news drop, and then how many months from whatever from that year from there to there we heard another, you know, like again, cover art trailer, and then we got pre-orders, and then look, we're down to the final stretch. So basically they will be dropping either 2 more trailers or 1 more trailer, and then they're gonna drop an official gameplay trailer, then the launch trailer, and those add up together is going to be 6 trailers in total. I think I have already cracked the code. So be ready that either it's going to be 1 trailer or it's going to be 2 trailers dropping from either July and August. Then somewhere in September, October, they're going to do the official gameplay trailer, then at the launch trailer. And then now we can really focus in and say, okay, well, they could drop it on the 5th because there's the 5th and they're heading towards where? The 6th. And the 5th falls right underneath the 19th. So they could drop a launch trailer right here. Now, official gameplay trailer, we don't know. They could drop it Tuesday or October. October seems to be more likely because guess what? There's Tuesday, there's the 6th right here. They could drop official gameplay trailer right here on the 6th of Tuesday. Because 25 is right here, 26 is on a Monday, right? They normally don't drop stuff on a Monday. They drop stuff either on a Tuesday or Thursday. They're trying to signal us that everything is good. Because if it was bad, they'll put it on a Friday or off days. So basically, October, this is our best bet right here. But again, they could be random, but I'm pretty sure maybe the official gameplay trailer could launch on a Tuesday, October 6th. It could be possible. Because we've seen a lot of 6, a lot of 2s, a lot of 18s and 25 right here, 19 to 26. It's always surrounding 26. It always be good days when it's a Tuesday or a Thursdays. So my safest bet is either the official gameplay trailer might release right here on October 6th on a Tuesday. That could be our best bet. I'll be shocked if they release it on the 26th on a Monday. But who knows? That might can happen. And then September, I don't see nothing here that could relate to it. Thursday's on the 24th. Seems like September is nothing. What about August? Thursday, there's the 6th right here. And then Tuesday, you got the 18th and the 25th. Right next to the 26th right here. So it could be either one of these days or this one right here. And then right here, July, go down to Tuesdays, none. Thursdays, there's nothing here. But Thursdays, they could drop it on the 2. So they could drop it on July 2nd if they want to, leading like before the 4th of July holiday season. Or if they want to, they could really drop it on a bang on a Monday. But Tuesday seems like the safest bet. You could drop a trailer for that. And then the 19th and 26th is on a Sunday. So yeah, that's the only bet right there. So then when we go up to here, there's the 25th right next to the 26th. So they could drop another trailer right here. So it is possible. So we do have possibilities of actual trailers could be dropping near or around those dates. We have some evidence because, like, again, it's just plain sight right in front of us. It's just like literally like there's 2, 6. They delayed it 6 months later on the 6th, 26. Open box cover 18/25 right next to 19th. That's the release date. What's underneath there? 26. The release date is on the 19th underneath the 26th, but that falls under a holiday. And look, we got so many months that pass by without having trailers, and it seems like they're adding up to 6 trailers. Again, we know about this trailer right here. That's count as 2. We already had 2. Now we either missing 2 more, 2 official ones, and the box cover art trailer doesn't count, or if the box cover art trailer do count, that means there's only going to be 1 either in July or August. Okay. I know what they're playing at. This makes sense. Yeah, they've been dropping breadcrumbs this whole entire fucking time. They let us know from all the way from 2023 what's going to happen. Full production in GTA from 5 to 6. Then they said it's going to be probably like a 2-year wait, which we already in the year of 2026, which we already are right now. And we know the release date is right above there, which is on the 19th. The 26th falls into a holiday season in November. Right? And what's right next to there? And this is falls under a Thursday. And then look at this. They let us know that, yeah, you're going to hear something in 2025 because this falls under a holiday of Christmas. And then on 2025, we got 2/6, 26. Trailer 2 drop on Tuesday the 6th, 26. Waited for 6 months, delayed again on the 6th. What was the original one? 26. Now it's the 19th. What's underneath there? 26. God damn it, Rockstar. I can't believe you. I can't believe this. It was right in front of us this whole entire time. If only if I seen it earlier and knew about this, I probably could have predicted all of this shit from all the way back from like 2025. But I didn't see the pattern that they was going for. But now we starting to see the pattern here, and then we starting to see the pattern here. And then look how many months passed by. Again, Rockstar has all the time in the world to drop GTA 6 here, and there. And it's crazy how the marketing for this, I think the marketing is less budget than GTA 5, because look, so many months pass by, then they dump a whole bunch of stuff on May 5th, 2025 on the 6th on trailer 2. drop a whole bunch of stuff, screenshots and everything. So we was eating good all the way towards next year. Then by next year come around, then they dropped the box cover art and then the pre-orders, signaling us that this is going to be a lock-in release date. Because you know why? It's on Thursday, on the 18th, 25th. Right next to it is the 19th and 26th. The release date for the game is on a Thursday, 19th, right underneath there, 26th. And now we can safely say that we probably can know or maybe have an idea of when the next couple of trailers are going to come out. They're either going to be 2 trailers or they're going to be 1 more trailer before they do the official gameplay trailer and then the launch trailer. Then you add those up. How many trailers is that before launch? That's six trailers. God damn, Rockstar, this is crazy. This is fucking crazy. Holy fuck. They really, whoever that's working there at Rockstar really did drop some fucking breadcrumbs on us. They really fucking did. Fuck. I wish I should have knew this earlier, but hey, I wanted to share this with everyone. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.